All right, everyone. Doing the weekly stream a little bit early today. Got some basketball. My Warriors play tonight, so I'm doing it a little bit before weekly close. Um, Also, for those who mentioned that the sound quality is not that great, I did order a mic, so I will have that in the next day or two. So next week's stream, I will be using that. Let's get started. We'll start off with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then some alts. Same charts as every weekly stream that we use. Here is the Bitcoin index chart, and like we said, we're bullish over the white line at $84,326.38, and we've literally chopped at that line this entire week. So as long as we're closing over that, I'm okay with it. If we get a pullback, obviously we were looking for a higher low too long, but I don't even know if we'll get a pullback. Maybe we just take off. Kind of don't want it to roll over, to be honest. Would prefer for it to take off. Anyways, this is the weekly levels. Again, as long as the weekly close, which is very soon, 2 or 3 hours basically, we're going to be closing over 81.5K, so nothing to worry about on weekly. Here is the daily chart. Same thing. We're going to be closing over this daily level right here at 76,923. So nothing to worry about on daily. And we do have this internal bullish level. As long as we are closing over $82,381.40, this green line, we're going to test 95K plus next. And we do have some longs here on 4 hours because those are our entries. We do have these two longs at the moment. We do have an internal long, but yeah, again, if we do get a pullback, I would look for some sort of a long in this area to long up there. If we were to lose this yellow level and just keep rolling over, losing this yellow level is basically your exit for these two main longs. But yeah, that's basically daily. We're looking good on daily. As long as we're over this green line, we're going to this green line, and we're holding this daily level, which is the bullish level we need to hold. So we're good on daily as well. We're good on weekly. We're good on daily. 4 hours as well. If we do get a pullback, this is the level we were looking for last week. We never tested it, so again, we can still test it. Let's see if we do get it or not. However, we are at this 4 hour resistance that we created here, tested on this big wick here, sold off. This was the Trump tariff news, and then bounced at support, and now we're back at resistance. So 4 hour, in my opinion, it looks a little sketchy in my view. It looks kind of like it wants to roll over, to be honest, like this, and go into at least support. I don't know if support holds or not. Hopefully it does. If not, then this is our level on 4 hours to watch. So higher time frame looks good. Lower time frame does look a little iffy. However, we do have some really low time frame stuff. As long as we're holding over 83,361, this blue line, we should be good. I just don't like how we are like basically testing it over and over again. Clearly, if we do, we'll have to test lower. But that's basically Bitcoin. Again, it's kind of ranging. Really nothing much to do. There are some indicators we do like to use for high time frame stuff. So I do want to go over it. My favorite and most powerful, in my opinion, is the Ichimoku cloud on double settings. The weekly cloud is still looking fine. We had a nice bounce off the Kijun, so we're basically in between the Kijun and Tenkin on the weekly. We're fine. We're looking good on weekly. Daily is what is not looking so great. We're under the cloud. Everything's bearish. So daily time frame definitely needs to hold the blue line worst case scenario at 81.5K and basically flip bullish, get over the cloud, and flip the cloud bullish. Lower time frame actually does look pretty good. We have all the bullish signals on lower time frame. bullish TK cross, bullish cloud, price over the cloud, TK over the cloud. Everything looks good on 4 hours. As long as we hold this 4 hour trend, I am bullish on lower time frame. However, on 4 hours, if we lose 81.5K on 4 hours, that's not gonna be good. So that's probably my favorite high time frame indicator. Another one that I love to use as well is hold on, sorry guys. It's called the pivots indicator, and I set it on the yearly, so it just tells you the levels on yearly time frame. We have a super important level, the yearly pivot level, which is basically 80K right here. And these are the next resistance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we are to basically lose the 80K level, next support is at 52K down here. As long as we're holding over 80K, pivots is actually bullish. Next resistance is 121K. That's basically the pivots for Bitcoin. And then there is one really good signal as well. Is the daily 1050 moving average cross. We did get that yesterday/today, depending on which chart you're looking at. If you want to backtrack this and take a look at it, as long as you hold a bullish TK cross, bullish MA cross, it is good for price. It's the first one we've actually got a bullish one since the breakdown we had down in early February, roughly around 98K level, 98 to 100K level. So this does look a little promising. Ideally, what we want to do is see a bunch of chop and then kind of get going. I would definitely not mind if it just gets going from here as well. So that's your moving averages. And then I think that's probably the only ones I really want to cover for now. Let's actually go to ETH now. So here's our ETH weekly chart that I've been posting for the longest time on Twitter. ETH, in my opinion, looks like ass. It cannot get over any levels. It's still underneath this green lines, in between these two green levels, the weekly levels. So as long as we're closing underneath 1,667.80 on weekly, it's bearish to at least 1.3K. I really do not like ETH at all. However, I think we do test this gray box here first, ideally this pink line. So this pink line, and maybe we roll over, or we actually do this and then roll over, something like that. Who knows? All I know is today's close is going to be underneath this green line, which is bearish. Higher time frame, ETH is bearish. Here's our daily levels. We actually lost our daily level and support right here. So if we are to close back under this $1,478.07, we're targeting 1220 basically. We do have some short signals, but then we also have some long signals here. ETH is a choppy mess. I honestly would not be trading this right now at all. I don't like it on any time frame at all. Weekly, daily, or 4 hours. 4 hours is basically saying this entire level in between right here is chop. Underneath it, this yellow line, 1466, we're looking at 1345. If we are to flip bullish on lower time frame, you want at least a close or 1735, and ideally over this to basically go level to level. But ETH looks like shit in my opinion. It looks really, really, really bad. But that's ETH in a nutshell. Let's go over some alts real quick that we've been covering. Same alts from last week. Solana still looks good for a bounce, but higher time frame underneath this red line equals this red line. I do think Solana actually does test a little bit higher. We do have a long signal on Solana on higher time frame. If we do get a higher low somewhere around here, we will look for longs. So some sort of a chart pattern as well you know, we have some sort of a Adam and Eve. Maybe we do this, you know, and head up, right? Let's see what we get. But that's the weekly daily time frame. It did hold our daily level right here at 104.41. So I wouldn't mind if it actually, you know, chopped around and eventually bounced way up here. That would be great. But again, you have major resistance at 166.40 as well. So could roll over maybe even here. Just chop around. This is the level where I'd be looking for longs if we do get a pullback. And again, if I do enter long on daily time frame, I zoom into 4 hours for my entries. And if I'm looking at the 4-hour chart and I'm looking at entries, I zoom into 30 minutes. But you do have a bullish LG to LG over on 4 hours. Over 118.11 equals 143.36. So maybe we do, you know, get to this level. If we are to actually get over that level, that would actually be super bullish because our next level is at 250. So this is our main level to watch. Let me just right here. So we're looking at 250 plus over this. I personally don't think we're going to get to this level. This is our 4-hour support. Yeah, I don't know. It looks better than a lot of other charts, but it's basically saying anything underneath this is still bearish. We need to get over 143.36 on 4 hours in order to be bullish on lower time frame on Solana. So that's Solana. Let's go through AVAX real quick. Same thing, very similar charts. We do have a long signal on high time frame. However, we are bearish on weekly underneath $22.74, and we're bearish down to 12.67. So that is something to keep in mind. Weekly is bearish, so you're taking a counter trend long. Here's your 4-hour, or sorry, daily, where we do have a bullish level from this green to this green. So let's see if this actually plays out. And same thing on 4 hours, right? We were hoping to get a dip through green. We can still get it, who knows. If we do, that's where we'll be looking for longs on AVAX. Same with Aptos. I would much prefer, you know, a sweep down here to enter, but on daily we bounced exactly at the level we needed to, and it's held really well. We're probably going to test our other daily internal level at 582 next. I don't know, it looks pretty good. I would like more chop sideways accumulation before going more up, and obviously our main resistance level on 4 hours is going to be around 580, 585-ish area. We did get a dip last week into our support level and just took off. I actually thought we would sweep this down here and enter somewhere close to green. Didn't get the fill, so yeah, let's see what we get. Ideally, what we would love to get is a close over here now, something like this. Close over here and a dip to down here to take it back up to resistance. That would be perfect. Kind of a play, to be honest, because then you're going to take out all these lows down here and then the lows down here. You take them both out, hold support and take off. If not, if we fail, everything dumps, this is my level to look for longs. Let's see what we get on low time frame on Aptos. AAVE still bearish on high time frame. It's basically at support on weekly and just kind of aggregating. I don't know. I would prefer a lot of chop and then look for longs for it to go up, or it's going to roll over down to our target on high time frame. Even daily, rejected exactly at the level that needed to be reclaimed at 149.47. So it's in between this green line and white line is chop. Underneath this white line is definitely bearish to $56.17, and underneath this dotted white line it is even more bearish to down here. And then 4 hours, you're still bearish down here. It's all chop. You're not looking for any longs unless you're getting up here. 4 hour looks really bad on AVE. Daily, we reject it as well. Weekly, definitely bearish. AVE actually is not that great looking of a chart in my opinion. TIA as well, we do have some bounces here. It's just basically at the very bottom of support, which seems to be holding. If it wants to do anything, it needs to at least get over white and then see what we get. But high time frame TIA is still bearish. Downtrend continues. Here's our daily level that we need to claim at 396, or it's not even worth taking a long on this one. Be patient, because if we are to close over there, you're going to get some sort of a pullback to then long into this. Would not even touch this on weekly time frame, daily time frame, or 4 hour time frame, because it's just going to keep making new lows. So TIA is something you just want to avoid for now. Same thing with BERA in my opinion. BERA looks like crap. It just keeps rolling over. It just keeps making new lows. Under $4.20, it's still bearish, and it's going to just roll over and keep making new lows. So BERA is something you definitely want to stay away from as well. SUI, very similar. Weekly close underneath this red line is actually really bad. Higher time frame weekly is bearish on SUI, and daily as well. We keep rejecting at our daily level, resistance, and we're looking at sub $1. Next, 4 hours, we do have some sort of a long over $2.08.19 to up here, except I don't really know if it's going to play out, to be honest. It just looks like crap. I would rather much look for longs down here into up here, or way the fuck down here. But yeah, SUI as well, not looking good. And now, like, let's look at FARTCOIN, the strongest coin. It ended up playing out all our longs down from down here, and this one as well. We do have some short signals, except I would not be shorting anything that looks this strong and has been playing this well, and it's been really playing great level to level as well. 4 hours, I would look for longs in green or shorts in red right here. So let's see what we get. And then if you are scalping on super low time frame, you still have a long signal from down here to up here. However, internally, you have some bearish signals from this green level to this green level on 30 minutes. Hype, I don't want to go through on this chart. We'll go through it on Deck Screener. I wanted to start looking at PopCat. Probably one of the best looking charts in my opinion in crypto right now. There are not that many great looking charts, to be honest. And this would be our long signal. If we get a nice pullback and a higher low and then reclaim white, I would actually take a look for a long on a higher time frame to about 45 cents. And on daily time frame, this is what I actually like a lot on daily time frame. Ideally, this would be a spot long. We basically dip into here, and then whatever kind of chop we do, we end up eventually out here. It might take months to play out, who knows. All I know is if we get any chance of buying green, we're going to buy, because our invalidation will be a daily close underneath white. So I want to buy as close as possible to our invalidation spot position. And this is a 348% kind of move, right? If you get to buy in green right here on PopCat, you hold this shit to 85 cents. Maybe sell half here, sell other half here at the two resistance. Daily PopCat is probably one of my favorite charts in crypto right now. This is also the 4 hour level and chart that we're looking at. I don't know about this playing out, but I can see maybe another pop and then for it to roll for our pullback to get here. However, regardless, mid to high time frame looks pretty bullish in my opinion on PopCat. It's one of the best looking charts, I would say. Somebody actually asked for EOS, and I think I did the chart already. EOS on weekly time frame is bearish unless it can close over this LG at 78.42 cents. Weekly, basically bearish at resistance, tested it, rejected. Unless it closes over, I would not look for longs on weekly time frame. Same thing with daily. It is at daily support. I would much rather look for longs down here. However, you do have a bullish level. It's basically price on daily. Price wants to go here, especially if it reclaims 73.31. However, I would look for longs down here or way down here. If you actually get a nice SFP down here, this would be the perfect play. And then look for longs. But let's see what we get. But we do have a bullish level on EOS on daily from this LG to this LG. 4 hours looks like crap. We do have this bullish level to level as well on 4 hours. If you can reclaim it, let's see what we get. However, we do have some bearish levels down here if we are to roll over. Don't really like it. Here's my hype chart. I still say as long as hype is over $15.91, it's going to $24.62 next. All these other lines and charts are my lower time frame levels, so just ignore them for now. The only two levels you need to worry about is this yellow level down here at $15.91 and this level $24.62. I still think it's going there next. It is at this trend line right here, which seems to be breaking down. Let's see what happens. But that is basically my hype levels for now. Any pullback on hype is an instant buy for me. It's probably one of the most bullish charts as well. It's been pretty much non-stop up only since the bottom, and now it's up like almost, it's up about 98.5%, and we literally nailed the bottom right here on it as well. So that was a pretty good buy. Anyways, I will see you guys next week. If you're interested in joining Discord, all these charts are on there and will be updated throughout the week, or you can catch me here next Sunday. Alright guys, have a good week. Take care.